Okay, I know it's been a while. I'm sorry. I got a little bit carried away with the Pentagon Challenge over on the main channel. I thought I'd give myself a week off from making Saint Etienne videos, get ahead with that Pentagon Challenge, and I'll be fine. Turns out, it was 3 weeks of absolute solid work on that Pentagon Challenge. I really underestimated how long it would take. But I think overall, it was certainly worth it. So let's get back into rebuilding Saint Etienne. At the end of Season 4, we won the Coupe de France, beating Lorient 3-1 on the final. But we will be in the Champions League next season as we came third in the table. However, we only have 13 million in transfer budget to get ready for it. Meaning we've got to rely on the players that we've got, but we do need to replace Gundouz and Martinez, who are leaving at the end of their contracts, as well as Tom Roth and Mauro Carrizo, who are leaving at the end of their loan spells. However, our centre midfield is going to be boosted by 19-year-old Christian Pinto when he comes back from his loan in the second division, and the arrival of Sasha Radikovic when he joined us from Vojvodina for 2.3 million. So this might end up being a fairly quiet transfer window, unless one of our big stars is sold for big money. There is also going to be a lot of talking points in today's video, notably, what do we do with our attack? Right now, just sort of trying to piece things together for next season, I've got Bellio, Annan, and Matisse Lambourdet lined up as the front three. However, Annan this past season got 11 goals and 5 assists from 26 appearances on the right wing. That's what he's most comfortable doing, as you can see, inside forward on attack. His finishing and composure could be better, which is why I want to play Matisse Lambourdet there. As an inside forward on attack, he's got 15 finishing and 13 composure, so slightly better at scoring goals. He's a more complete inside forward. He also got 7 goals and 4 assists in 10 starts and 5 substitute appearances. We can also play both of these guys up front if Bellio isn't scoring, but Bellio got 19 goals in the league last season, 6 in the cup, 25 in all competitions, so I don't really want to replace him. Now the reason I've put Annan on the left hand side is because his crossing is better than Matisse Lambourdet's. However, he's not quite fully suited to that left hand side of the pitch. He much prefers being on the right. And then, of course, we have Federico Ardazzone, who we brought in last season. He is 19 years old. His crossing and dribbling is insane. His pace is very good as well. He will get an awful lot better and be very good for us. The only downside is we play with an inverted winger on support on that left-hand side. His right foot is only reasonable, but I think it's, he should be all right, really. And then we've also got Daniel Bassi, who's actually pretty good on that left-hand side as well, although probably the weakest of all of our wingers. So really, I don't know quite how to play them all and get them all into the team, because really I want to play Annan, Bellio, Lambourdet and Ardazzone in the same team, but we can't. Although Bellio maybe could play as a shadow striker potentially. We could have a situation where we move a centre mid into the attacking midfielder role, but that kind of ruins our other sort of balance and plans, and I think this is the worth sticking with. And then at the back, we've also got to decide, is Bastien the man to start for us next season? Ball-playing defender on defend. His passing's a little bit low. Actually, his pace is a little bit low. I thought he was quicker than that, but he is a wonder kid in the game. I don't think he's going to develop into the wonder kid he can be. I think his current ability range is on the lower end in this save file than in other saves, which is a bit annoying for us, but he's still a very good defender. He'll be competing with Fontaine, who is the better player right now, but if we want Bastien to reach his potential, he's got to start playing games, and so I think this season we may start to use him more. But again, it's up for debate, really. And then at left back, Perez Vinloff he looks really good on paper. We play him as a wing back on, is it wing back attack we play on that side? I'm pretty sure it is wing back attack, yeah. So wing back attack. The attributes he needs for that are all very good. I wouldn't have any qualms in playing him. The issue is, he is a downgrade on Tom Roth. As you can see, Tom Roth trumps him in pretty much every area. Now, Matteo is only 21, Tom Roth's 22 to be fair. There's a good chance that Matteo is never going to get as good as Tom Roth, and we can sign him. We have got a £17.5 million optional future fee for Tom Roth. It might be quite expensive, however, I've done some scouting and I cannot find anyone for the same sort of price as Tom Roth that's better than him. I think Cambiasso was one of the players I was looking at. He is pretty decent. Currently on loan from Juventus to Atletico Madrid. So actually we can make a bid for him now apparently, which is good. Value between 700k and 3.8 million. So a lot cheaper. Will be more in the wages. But as you can see, Tom Roth is pretty much better in every single area. Cambiasso just a little bit quicker, and of course Cambiasso is 5 years older as well. The closest I've found is this Egyptian guy, but again, he's nowhere really close to Tom Roth at all. So I'll be honest, I think we have to try and raise the money to bring Tom Roth in. So we can do that by selling Vaclav Cerny for between £2 and £3 million. It won't be enough. We'll have to adjust the wage budget slightly, probably, to have the money to bring Tom Roth in. But we could also sell Christian Belic, our backup centre defensive midfielder. He's valued between £12.5 and £13.5 million. That would give us enough money to bring Tom Roth in. And it would also give us enough money to bring in Ladislav on a free transfer. Now, Ladislav is better than Belic. You can also play centre-back to have some cover there, which is pretty nice too. So to be honest, I feel like it's a no-brainer to get rid of Cerny and Belic, bring in Ladislav, and bring in Tom Roth. Also, we need a new backup keeper as well, just for short term really. This guy at Fortuna Sittard in the Netherlands looks pretty solid. He's not as good as Etienne Green, but would be very good cover. He's available on a free transfer, incidentally, which is quite nice. So we are going to get him in as our cup goalkeeper. He's happy with that. Negotiate the contract. He wants £26,000 a week. Can we bring that down to 18? Appearance fee down a little bit, clean sheet down a little bit, unused substitute fee down a little bit, although he won't be on the bench at all. Signing on fee down a little bit as well. I don't think he'll like that. He's literally gone back to the exact contract he wanted originally. I mean, he's not going to play many games, so I don't care about the appearance fee. As a result, clean sheet bonus doesn't matter too much. And to be honest, I don't really put keepers on my bench. So actually, we can probably leave that as it is. If we can just get his wage down to something more reasonable, like £18,000 a week. He wants 26. How about 20? He's just not going to budge. He's just not budging at all in this. Okay. Have what you want. Enjoy your contract, you prick. But Nantes and Lorient have also put contracts in for him. If they say they want him as a first choice keeper, that might ruin our chances of getting him. Also, Sasa Radikovic has arrived. You love to see it. Send him on an intensive language course. Belic, welcome your compatriot into the team, and then we'll probably get rid of you. So he's going to be back up to Koba as our deep line playmaker. As you can see, he's not on Koba's level just yet. But he's 18 years old, very close in terms of technical ability and attacking, and actually he's as good as him in terms of vision. Potentially, he could get better than Koba, so I like him in the team. We'll get him playing some games, probably get him playing for the second team as well. He should develop nicely. So now I'm going to offer Cerny out. Can we ask the agent first? Anyone interested in him at all? Apparently one club wants him for 1.1 million. BRG, that must be a Brazilian team, right? It's not quite enough money. I mean, we'll invite them in either way, but also offer via transfer room. I want like 2.5 really. That £1.1 million bid has come. Oh, it's Braga, sorry, in Portugal that's come through. Okay. They also want us to pay some of his wages, which I'm not keen on. I'm going to leave that for now. Now for Belic. This one's tough. Offer via transfer room, let's say 15 million. And just see if anyone bites on that. Now, this is nicer. Cagliari have come in with a £1.5 million bid for Cerny. There's no wage demands on there. It's a bit more money. We aren't going to get 2.5 million, I don't think. So I think we'll just accept this and also reject the one from Braga. Belic wants to talk about his asking price because there's been no bids on the table for him. Okay, right, Belic. He says it's too much money. How much do you want to talk? What do you consider a fair price? Well, it's coming at 12.25 million here. If we say 13... Right, so 15's too much, but 13's okay. Transfer, offer via transfer room, £13 million. Oh, but Club Brugge have made an offer for... Oh, my God, it's not good enough, is it? It's not good. It's enough, really. It's enough to get Tom Roth into the club. How much did we buy him for, Belic, in the first place? We bought him for £2.3 million from Partizan. He's played a lot of games for us. His first season, 30 starts. Second season, 28 starts. This past season, 16 starts, 11 off the bench. I'm going to just leave it for now. I'm going to go back onto Belic. I'm going to go transfer, ask agent about interest. We are desperate to sell him. No one wants to buy him right now. But apparently there is interest from Sunderland, Bologna and Atalanta. They're unwilling to make an offer while the window is closed. Oh, their window's closed. Okay. But Sunderland want it on loan. Again, I'd rather sell him. Offer via transfer room. Let's go down to 10 million. 10 million would be okay, I think. Oh, and clubs are now making bids. We've got to offer Ladislav a contract at this stage. Discuss availability with agent. I'm pretty sure we spoke before about this. He wants £33,000 a week. That's a lot. Also wants to be one of the most noteworthy players at the club. And this could all backfire on us quite badly, actually. So maybe we need to say, we can't say two things. We can't say, can you lower your playing demands and lower your wages? One of the two. And I think maybe wages more important. And to be fair, they can't even do that, apparently. Great. Approach to sign. He wants to be an important player with all these stupid promises. Can he be regular? Regular starter, and then we'll, say it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. When he becomes a squad player, I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, God, he wants important. Regular? We're going to go back and forth on this, aren't we? He's got... Okay, it's important player. This is not going to plan, really, right now. And we also have to get rid of the wages here a little bit. Like £30,000 a week. He won't accept that at all, will he? He just won't like it, bless him. 43 is what he wants. 35? Could he do 35? You can do 35. You want 43? Can you do 37 and a half? You can do that, lad. 40. I don't think this is going to work out. There's no way he starts ahead of Siler. Siler's 21, is better in most areas, and would be on a cheaper contract as well by £1,000 a week. Like, I'm not paying our backup more than Siler. Ladislav does have a left foot and can play centre-back though. So my assumption is actually he's probably better than Bastian, right? Not hugely, to be fair. Which means that Fontan in the green is arguably slightly better, and on less. Like, there's no point bringing this guy in at this stage, I don't think. So let's walk away from your contract. Maybe not sell Belic, because we need to find a better backup than Belic if we're going to sell him. But at least the keeper is joining us. That's a bit of good news. Panda is joining us on a free. That's quite handy. Genoa have made a £10 million bid for Belic. Oh, right. Now what we need to do is find another CDM. But of course, they need to be cheap. And that is quite an issue because all of these guys... I mean, this guy's £9 million in Argentina right now. Patricio Tanda is more of a playmaker than his tackling's 12. If we compare him to Belic, they're basically the same player. Which then just why are we selling Belic for 10 million and bringing this guy in for 9? Plus he's non-EU. I feel like I've forgotten all the EU registration rules. Yeah, maximum of 4 non-EU players. So, I mean, that doesn't help us out much, does it? Especially as Serbia does count as EU, in France's eyes at least, and Argentina doesn't. What we could do, I would accept bringing someone in who's not as good as Belic, if they're younger. However, we probably do need the experience in the team. But there's this guy here in Croatia at Rijeka, right? We don't have enough information on him, which is frustrating. And the fact that only Power wants him. Now, Power in the second division, if they want him, it kind of suggests, maybe not that good, to be fair. Compare you with what we know with Belic. Yeah, it's not looking good. Right, I think the deal for Belic is off. He stays because Ladislav's too expensive. We can't find anyone else who's cheap enough and good enough. So this now means as soon as Vaclav Cerny is gone, we have to look at our wages. Oh no, Pavel Nedved, our former Ballon d'Or winning scout, is going to Atletico Madrid if he accepts the... Oh, but we get £1 million in compensation. Now, look at him. Pavel Nedved is the GOAT scout. Look how bloody good he is, right? But that £1 million could mean we get Tom Roth in. But actually, I'd rather have a good scout for, we're going to offer him a new contract. Give him exactly what he wants to keep him at the club. Finalise the deal. We've done what we can to keep him at the club. If we keep him at the club, great. If he goes and we get £1 million, great. Also, Bayern Munich want me to be the new manager. No, this is the Saint Etienne save, not Bayern Munich. And Ladislav is now going to Bologna. On £37,500. Right, that's annoying, isn't it? Wouldn't budge for us. Budges for Bologna. Oh, and Pavel Nedved has gone. Right. I can understand it. Annoyingly, that's not even gone into our transfer budget. Oh, I thought that would go into our transfer budget. Oh my god, I missed it. I must have missed the news. Vaclav Cerny has rejected the bid at Cali. Right, this is Now I'm panicking a little bit. This is why nothing was happening on. I was like, why is nothing happening? Right, quickly. As the agent who's interested, we're keen to sell him. He can get £900,000 to £2.5 million. Right. Get the offers in ASAP. We need him now. I think we've got a week until the Tom Roth option expires. So if we do it at the last second, it gives us enough time to get the money into the club. Luckily, bids have come in. Groningen and RZ are not good enough. But Getafe, £2.5 million. I will take £2.5 million. That was more than we were going to get beforehand. So hopefully Getafe will take him off our hands. That will then give us £15 million. Then we just need to move a bit of our wage budget into the transfer budget and we'll have enough money for Tom Roth. I think it's the 30th he leaves. So we're on the 28th right now, just to really make sure we're safe, as Mateo Vinloff Perez was picked in the UEFA Under-21 European Championships Best 11. We're saying all of this about how we need to get Tom Roth into the team, but Perez Vinloff, doing well. He's a really solid player. Maybe we, I don't know what to do with him. Tom, transfer, make an offer. It's 17.25 million. That's the agreement in his loan deal. Annoyingly, it's a bit too high, isn't it? We should have put more attention into getting it cheaper when we signed him in the first place. Suggest terms, they like it, finalise the deal. Okay, now we need to, oh my God, Tom Roth. Oh, now, I wasn't expecting him to want £68,000 a week to £91,000 a week. Can we just talk to your agent quickly? It's too late. Our top earner right now is a man on just under £50,000 a week. I'm not spending £90,000 a week on Tom Roth. After all of this, star player is, can we say important? Okay. He's coming with 91 million. Sorry, 91,000. It feels like 91 million though. We have to get rid of, oh, gee. Literally, I am not doing that. 60 at the very most is, I'll lock it in as well. I'll lock in £60,000 a week. Geez, the appearance fee as well. Look, I know we're a Champions League team now, but, and I guess we have to start breaking the bank a little bit to get these good players in. It just makes me feel sick. Also, the signing on fee is ridiculous as well. Like, we might not even have the money to get this done. If I just suggest £60,000 a week, he's come, look how much he wants now. Remove and exclude wage after so many games. Appearance fee, 20. This just breaks the club. It breaks our finances. After all of this, what is it? Almost half, well, I've been recording for over half an hour. How long I've edited out of this, I don't know. For all of this to come down to Tom Roth being an absolute gold digger, we've got to walk away. Got to walk away from Tom Roth. So there he goes, leaving the club, back to Borussia Dortmund, and a new keeper comes in, which is great. Send on an intensive language course. There's also been some offers made for Justin Che, which aren't good enough. Reject them all. So if we make Pandor our backup keeper, all we need really, like the only spot we have or gap we have is a backup left back / starting left back. That's the only thing we need to bring in right now. Anything else is kind of like, you know, it would be nice to bring this in. So then we go back to Cambiasso and the Egyptian guy. Comparing the two of them, there's really nothing between them at all in the slightest. The only difference is that Cambiasso's European and Ahmed would count as a non-EU player. So that kind of makes you think I'd rather have Cambiasso, but we'd have to pay for him probably a bit more money as well. Fredrik Bjorken, he's currently at Bodo Glimt, would be between, I don't know, at most £6.5 million. He's very fast actually, which is quite good. Compare you with, have we got Tom Roth? We have got Tom Roth there. He's not as good as Tom Roth obviously, but he'll be much cheaper than Tom Roth, and that's the important part. And this also suggests he is better than Mateo Perez Vinloff. Just to confirm that, he is better. But Vinloff is not far off, really. So, I don't know. We'd probably rotate them around. Okay, Frederick's agent, we're interested. He says he doesn't want to sign, he's just signed new... Oh, God's sake. I was about to say, why is he on this list of players who are interested in signing for us? But I've not ticked the interested in transfer bit, so that's my bad. That really does limit us, actually, in terms of what's available, which is a bit frustrating, especially because all the cheap ones have gone. Unless we go for one of our former targets in Mika Marmol. So he can cover at left centre-back, can also play left-back, but it means Fontan could maybe go back to the left-back spot. Because apparently Atletico Madrid only want between 12 and £15 million, which we could afford His wages might be a bit of an issue though. Can you bring the wages down? They say yes to £38,500 a week at the minimum. It'll be good enough. He's basically the same player as Fontaine, by the way. So yeah, they are good. So if we say 12.5 million, which is about what we've got in our transfer budget right now. Oh my God, they just said yes immediately. Should have gone lower. That's really annoying. He wants to be a regular starter as a ball-playing defender. We can do that. We can say that. We'll negotiate this 51,000. I thought you said he wanted 38.5. Let's go to 38.5. And God, this contract is massive. Let's say 40 then. Bring that down to 7.5 if you're going to play a lot. We don't. Oh God. We saw earlier how they just hate you negotiating contracts. Look, they've gone back to literally exactly what they wanted to start off with. Are we going to get this any cheaper at all? £45,000 if he wants 51. 47. Why do they just not negotiate at all? You will be our highest earning. To be fair, you might be worth it. You're very consistent. You love big matches. You'll be one of the best centre-backs in the league. Oh, and Vaclav Cerny is just... Why are you rejecting... You're not going to get game time here, lad. You are literally not going to get game time here. This really might be the most frustrating transfer window we've had at Saint Etienne. At least Mika Marmol is here. So... you know, that is going to solve some of our issues, I suppose. I'm also trying to get rid of some of our younger players that aren't going to make it. Ayman Aki is one of them, and he's been on various loans, never quite fully... I mean, he's on loan in our division last season. Didn't really do much. Good second division player. I don't think he'll ever break into our first team, particularly with Anan and Matisse Lambordet, so we're going to try and sell him. I offered him out for £5 million. He's worth like 4, so I think I'm going to accept 5 million. And it's all good timing, I suppose, because all the players are now back for the pre-season training. Also, Ovray wants Marius for 1.1 million, rising to potentially 1.4. I'd rather get a bit more money for it, but again, he's a player that we bought him for $1 million, so we'll make some profit on him. He just supposedly has League Un potential, but I don't think he'll reach it. So I think we get him gone as well. So I'll be honest with you, I really don't think there's going to be a whole lot more business at all. Like, no one's coming for our players at all. Belly wants a new contract right now, which might be reasonable, to be fair. He's only on £16,000 a week. What do you want in terms of money? Although, to be fair, it doesn't say how much he wants. I think it's a fair request, though. I think Deandre Nabelli was worth giving a new contract to, given he was the league's top scorer last season, only on £16,000 a week. What do you want in terms of wages? Oh, no, I've pressed the wrong thing. I thought I was talking to his agent about new contracts. I've just asked him about getting him to leave the club. Oh, no. Discuss new contract with agent. We're very keen. Phew, he wants to be a top earner, basically. Can you bring the wage down a little bit? They say yes. Important player, get rid of complete forward. We don't use those. Can we get you on 38? Is quite nice, to be fair. Get rid of the wage after international appearances. Seasonal landmark bonuses are fine. Let's bring some of these bonuses down a little bit. £35,000 a week. £38,000 a week. Just bring these down slightly. £38,000 a week. Don't touch the bonuses. 40. Surely you'd be happy with just 40, lad. 42. 41.5. 43.5 final offer, he says. Why do players not bend to my will in this game? I don't get it. Oh, and another scout is maybe leaving as well to PSG. He's a good scout too as well. He's a very good scout in terms of his knowledge. We've got to offer him a new contract. But in the good news, we've just given one of our goalkeepers with 5-star potential a new contract. He's out on loan to a 3rd division club, so playing a level above what he's used to. And Mamadi Cisse, a 4-star potential centre-back, has also signed a new contract and is going out on loan to the exact same club, actually, in the 3rd division. So hopefully they'll have a nice combination there. But as I was saying, as Marius leaves the club for 1.1 million, is Ayman Aki still leaving the club, by the way? That'd be quite nice to see if he can go. Now, we're still waiting on that to be done. Our scout has left. Great. Ayman Aki is leaving for £5 million. That's good. And Bellio signs his new contract. So we do have £6 million to spend, but we've got less than £19,000 in. We're overspending by £19,000. So really, there's not much more to be done this transfer window, I'm afraid. because we spent so big last time out in the last windows, bringing in Seiler and Matisse Lambourdet, and did we bring someone else in? Oh, Federico Ardazzone and Christian Pinto, to be fair. Like we spent 87 million last season, mostly on Seiler and Lambourdet, because we did bring in a lot of money last time out. Estevez was gone, Marsa was gone, Doyle was gone, Mitrovic was gone, Mayo was gone. Huge money to get those players. So we spent a lot, we got a lot, but it did mean that this season we wouldn't have much at all, and I don't know, we've done the best we can. We've got a keeper on a free and Mika Marmol, which does strengthen the team, to be fair. This might end up being our starting lineup for the season. It's a good lineup, to be fair. So I guess we'll find out how good it is at the start of next season.